Said I'ma be a legend soon. Shit, I'ma let you know. That's real shit. Said I'ma be a legend soon. I'ma let you know. Let's go. Said I'ma be a legend soon. Shit, I'ma let you know. That's real shit. Said I'ma be a legend soon. I'ma let you know.
The concept of being a great fighter, the willpower, the determination, the intestinal fortitude, all that stuff that it takes to be a great fighter, skullduggery, everything, they all come out like that. Something's wrong with them. You can't be the great without that. You can't have the spirit of the great. Like they see a guy as an 8-round fighter and he gets brain damage, but it's not because he couldn't fight, because he had the spirit of a great fighter. He wanted it. He wanted to grab it. He wanted to be bold. He wanted to take that chance. And that's what happens to us. Listen, everybody in sports, even like Floyd, everybody, it's an unwritten law when you sign that contract. And we seen it as kids. We watched it growing up watching boxing. He's seen it. I've seen everybody that watched boxing seen it in their life. When you write that contract, I want to be a professional boxer, it's an unwritten law that it's a possibility I might die in training. It's a possibility I may die in a fight. But it's there, but it's unwritten. We know that's a possibility. But we give our life up to be on the top of the chain of this fucking game.
Camp is good, and I'm just ready to get back in the ring because it is too long, you know. I'm not getting any younger, so as time goes on in the situation that the age that I am, this is sort of like towards the end of my chapter, so it's time to get busy. So at the end of the day, I love to fight. I want to get back in the ring. I want to make some noise, and I want to get in there with some top guys after this fight. So. I just need to go out there and just perform, show my skills, my talent, and show the differential between my skills and talent versus anybody else who's out there. As anybody, you know, I can't say anybody, but yeah.
Keeler was just against the ropes a little bit too long, and Andrade timed them with that overhand left. Brutal big shot there by Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade.
A knockout stoppage is cool, but you know, if you master it, is one thing, and mastering the skills and talent that I display is another thing. I'm doing things that people never really even seen before, how you do them things. So, you know, anybody can throw a bunch of punches and maybe get a lucky shot and knock somebody out or stoppage. What does that mean? That means you're gonna get the Canelo fight, Triple G fight. It doesn't say that in paper. So you get a knockout or stopping somebody doesn't justify me stepping in the ring with these other fighters. It actually seems like they're going to be running if I'm continuing to, you know, hit these guys the way I've been hitting these guys lately. So I mean, I got knockouts, 29-0, 18 knockouts. So I mean, I don't understand why, you know, that always seems to be like the reasoning. Like, oh, he needs to get a knockout, you know, or he needs to get a stoppage. I done did that, and I'm still not able to get these fights. So
eso es importante para mí, pero tampoco él representa un reto. No representa un reto, ¿por qué? Porque pues no ha peleado con absolutamente nadie.
The truth is, he hasn't fought with anyone. He hasn't fought against anybody. And he's also boring. He's very boring. Maybe he's a good fighter, but he's a boring fighter. And at the end of the day, when there's a boring fight, people are going to blame me. I like fights where there's action, where the people can enjoy a good show. That's very important for me. But also, he doesn't represent a challenge for me as well, because he hasn't fought against anybody.
Andrade too fucking small. He going up to 168 just so he don't gotta lose weight. That mean he ain't even gonna be in the right shape. See, these fighters don't even know, like,
it's a science to it.
It's a science to this shit. Like, you lose as much weight as you can because it puts you in more shape. This motherfucker is going up to 168. All right, welcome 168. I'm coming. Fuck that. I'm fighting at 165 next fight. So I ain't gotta be in shape. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's the fucking motto to the shit. So I don't gotta be in shape. If I don't get Canelo, I want Jacobs. If I don't get Canelo, I want Jacobs. What are you talking about?
Jacob said he want.
We're not scared of none of you fuck ass motherfuckers. Oh no, we want Jacobs. Fuck you talking about? I want Jacob just as much as he want me.
Bro, that's to say is, when do you think we can make that happen?
Soon. I mean, soon as your team and you get, you know, your stuff together. You know, I don't know about. I'm not a matchmaker, bro. When it comes to time and it's time to fight, I'm not dodging nobody. I'm not dodging anybody. You undefeated too, right?
You know. Oh. You know everything about me.
I do?
Yes,
Honestly, no,
you do. You guys are still underneath me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm off that.
We can definitely make...
Well, you know, we're gonna see.
Hey,
right. The Charlo stuff, and we've talked about this in the past, that, you know, bothers me as much as anything. I've had Ronnie Shields on this show, and I've said, Ronnie, let's go. Charlo Andrade, the winner guaranteed shot at Canelo, make it happen. But I mean, you clearly represent too much risk. I'm not saying this because I've worked with you a bunch, but you represent too much risk, despite the fact there's a huge reward attached to it. $7 million is actual money that you'd get if you're Charlo to fight you, and that, I don't know, that just has always astonished me.
Listen, I don't care. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And you can make a lot of money with that amount of money. My frustration is that it's like, you know, unfair in the business part and the politic part that, you know, these guys are somewhat like not capable of putting these fights together when I know they have the capability to do that, especially if we're both on the zone, signed to Matchroom. And right now, I can only point the finger at Billy Joe Saunders. Like, why is this fight not happening? And since Canelo already picked his opponent, there's no reason after this fight, November 27th, me and Billy Joe's not going at it the first quarter.
We gon' eat blood, sweat, tears, won't dry. 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 I put my life inside the paper line, and I'm staring at my watch, say every time. John Hope got the juice like a very fine. To the top, air step like a landmine. See police in the street, squeeze another trigger, kill another nigga. White people love y'all, but please check your privilege. Got footage this time, but can't see the picture. What the flying fuck soaring through the sky? Alphabet boys couldn't even tell us why. Routine car stop, but still a nigga die. Profile black skin was the only crime. See, the burden is heavy, but I wouldn't change it. Media fiction, my truth even stranger. No matter the trap or a student or athlete, all over this trap beat, they feel my frustration. Oh, one time for the victim, not a breath going fade, oh nah nah. One time for the system, that overlook my pain, I cry. Mind a Beretta, applying the pressure. Mr. President, I'm tired of writing the letters. Fuck a hashtag, there's a march, make it better when the cop gets acquitted, but my pain is forever. Blood, sweat, tears, won't dry.
We all know who's the man at the middleweight division and who's going to be the man who everybody wants to see. So I'm going to bring value to that card, value to the middleweight division, and you know, I'm going to showcase my skill and talent to let them know, like, if it's my mandatory who I'm fighting after this fight, so be it. If I can jump over that and get Billy Joe Saunders at 168, unify the division with Triple G, Charlo, Canelo, whoever, you know, those are the more lucrative and the more marquee names of the sport, and it will help catapult my, you know, stock, of course, to another level. And so that's what I'm looking to do in this. And I'm not looking to, you know, fight people that's not out here with belts. And so I'm a belt holder, and I want all the belts, unify the division, and be the best I can. And put my best foot forward every time, all the time, always on time. It's me again. You know.
Everybody stay tuned. The boogeyman is here, baby.
Said I'ma be a legend soon. Shit, I'ma let you now. That's real shit. Said I'ma be a legend soon. I'ma let you now. Let's go. Said I'ma be a legend soon. Shit, I'ma let you now. That's real shit. Said I'ma be a legend soon. I'ma let you now.